In a cobblestone corner of a bustling European city, nestled between cafes and bookshops, stood Theo's clock shop, a place of wonder and mystery. Theo was no ordinary clockmaker, his creations ticked with a magic few could comprehend. Locals whispered that he could mend not only clocks but time itself, though no one could prove it. His shop brimmed with intricate timepieces, clocks with golden filigree, pendulums shaped like crescent moons, and tiny gears that seemed to hum with life. Theo lived alone, his eccentricities keeping others at arm's length. He preferred it that way, until the day a royal carriage careened out of control on the street outside his shop. The crash shattered the humdrum of Theo's day. As smoke curled from the overturned carriage, he rushed to the scene. Amidst the chaos, he found her, a young woman, dazed and injured, her clothes torn and her face smudged with ash. I don't know who I am," she whispered, her eyes wide and filled with confusion. Theo brought her to his shop, where he tended to her wounds. She introduced herself as Isabella but had no memory of her life before the crash. All she had was a strange, ornate pocket watch clutched in her hand. Its ticking was uneven, its surface engraved with ancient runes Theo had never seen before. Over the next few days, Theo noticed oddities. Isabella's presence seemed to distort time in his shop, clocks ran backward, and days felt like hours. One night, as the city slept, Theo examined the pocket watch under the glow of a lantern. When he turned its hands, Isabella's memories flickered back in fragments: a grand ballroom, a golden crown, a shadowy figure casting a spell. She was Princess Isabella, cursed by a dark sorcerer jealous of her kingdom's prosperity. The curse bound her to an endless loop of forgetting, forcing her to wander as a commoner until someone with a pure heart could repair her broken time. As Theo pieced together the mystery, he and Isabella grew closer. He marveled at her courage, while she admired his kindness and brilliance. But danger loomed. Word of the missing princess had reached the ears of the sorcerer, who vowed to drag her back into his clutches. Theo realized the only way to break the curse was to craft a new clock, one that could reset the flow of time for Isabella. He worked tirelessly, designing a masterpiece, a clock with hands shaped like wings, a face adorned with stars, and a heart that pulsed with a fragment of his own magic. On the eve of the city's grand festival, the sorcerer struck. Shadows spilled into Theo's shop, and Isabella was taken. Desperate, Theo followed her to the sorcerer's lair, a crumbling tower frozen in time. Armed with his enchanted clock, Theo faced the sorcerer. Their battle was a clash of light and shadow, the clock's magic pushing back the sorcerer's dark power. In the final moments, Isabella reached for the clock and turned its hands. The tower trembled as time unraveled and reset. The sorcerer's curse shattered, his power fading into nothingness. Isabella, her memories fully restored, stood before Theo, not as a lost woman but as a princess reborn. As dawn broke over the city, Isabella invited Theo to the palace, offering him riches and honor. But Theo hesitated. "I belong to my clocks, not to castles," he said softly. Isabella smiled. "Then let me come to you." Though she was a princess and he a humble clockmaker, their love bridged the gap between their worlds. Together, they rebuilt Theo's shop, crafting clocks that didn't just tell time but captured moments of joy, love, and eternity. The enchanted clock, now the centerpiece of their shop, became a symbol of their story, a reminder that love, like time, could heal even the deepest wounds. Moral of the story: love and courage have the power to mend what's broken, whether it's time, a curse, or a heart.